The myth of motivation. Most people wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect surge of energy to begin. But motivation is a momentary spark. It burns bright and dies fast. Warriors know this truth. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a resident. What discipline really is. Discipline is not loud. It doesn't shout. It doesn't brag. It doesn't demand attention. Discipline wakes up before dawn, when no one is watching. Discipline trains in silence. Discipline prepares when others are resting. Discipline keeps going long after motivation has abandoned you. Where motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline commands, do it anyway. The boring road. The path to strength is not glamorous. It is not constant excitement or endless progress. It is repetition, routine, consistency, day after day after day. To outsiders, this looks boring. But to warriors, boredom is the grindstone that sharpens their blade. It is in the boring days, the slow days, the uneventful days, that true power is forged. And comfort is death for the warrior. Because nothing grows in comfort, nothing evolves, nothing transforms. Comfort protects the old version of you, but discipline fights for the future version. Discipline versus willpower. Willpower is temporary. Willpower fades. Willpower loses battles to exhaustion and doubt. Discipline does not care how tired you are. It does not care how overwhelmed you feel. It does not care how long the journey is. Discipline is a contract you make with yourself, and honor demands you uphold it. Sacrifice. Discipline demands sacrifice. Not sacrifice for no reason, but sacrifice for transformation. Sacrifice of comfort. Sacrifice of laziness. Sacrifice of excuses. Every strong warrior in history has paid these costs. Not once, but constantly. Because discipline is not a choice you make once. It is a choice you make every day. The silent victories. Discipline is filled with small victories that no one else sees. Choosing to train when you're tired. Choosing to study when you'd rather sleep. Choosing to improve when no one is clapping. Choosing long-term gains over short-term pleasure. These victories don't make noise. They don't get applause. They don't trend on social media. But they stack. And stacked victories become power. Resistance. The world will not hand strength to you. The universe will not reward you just for wanting something. Desire without discipline is just a dream. Discipline is what turns dreams into goals, and goals into achievements. Every day you choose discipline, you tilt reality in your favor. When strength fails, discipline holds the line. Pain cannot stop a disciplined warrior. It can only guide them, building the unbreakable self. Discipline builds more than muscle. It builds character. It builds resilience. It builds focus. Most important of all, it builds identity. Because one day you wake up and realize you are no longer the kind of person who quits. You are the kind of person who endures. And that identity is unbreakable. Greatness always has a cost. Not everyone is willing to pay it. Most would rather admire strength than earn it. But warriors do not admire greatness from afar. They chase it. They pursue it. They sacrifice for it. And discipline is the currency. Climax, music empathic, soaring intense. Climax, music empathic, soaring intense. Freedom from weakness, freedom from fear, freedom from regret. The warrior who masters discipline becomes unstoppable, not because they never fall, but because they never stay down. Final words. Motivation may spark the journey, but discipline completes it. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait forever. If you wait to feel motivated, you will never begin. Begin now. Begin tired. Begin uncertain. Begin uncomfortable. Begin, and let discipline carry you where motivation cannot. Because in the end, only the disciplined become dangerous. Only the disciplined become strong. Only the disciplined become warriors.
The hidden path. Most people admire the results of discipline, the strength, the confidence, the transformation, but they never notice the path that created it. The path is not exciting. It is not glamorous. It is not loud. It is filled with early mornings, late nights, and countless moments where no one but you knows what you chose to do. Discipline is the path no one sees until the results become too big to ignore. The unseen hours, the world claps for victories. But victories are born in hours the world will never witness. The hours spent training when you're exhausted. The hours spent studying when you'd rather relax. The hours spent improving while others waste time. Discipline is not about being better than others. It is about being better than you were yesterday. Routine is a weapon. Routine is not the enemy of passion. Routine sustains passion when emotion runs empty. The greatest warriors do not rely on feeling ready. They rely on rhythm, habit, and structure. When you repeat something long enough, it becomes who you are. And identity is stronger than motivation. The battle against excuses. Excuses are clever. Excuses sound reasonable. Excuses pretend to protect you. They say, you worked hard yesterday. Take it easy. You'll start tomorrow. You deserve rest. But rest is earned, not negotiated. And tomorrow is the oldest lie discipline has ever heard. Warriors do not argue with excuses. They silence them through action. Discipline and desire. Desire is powerful, but desire without discipline becomes chaos. Discipline gives direction to desire. Discipline turns wanting into doing. Discipline turns dreams into blueprints. Without discipline, desire fades. With discipline, desire evolves. But by how much of yourself you can control. Control of impulses, control of habits, control of emotions. Self-control is the highest form of power. Because if you can command yourself, there is nothing in the world you cannot command. And consistency above intensity. Many start with intensity, but few continue with consistency. Intensity fades when life becomes difficult. Consistency survives. Consistency whispers, just a little more. Show up again. Don't break the chain. Consistency builds faster than intensity ever could. Because a little done every day beats a lot done once in a while. Small sacrifices, big gains. Discipline rarely asks for giant sacrifices. It asks for countless small ones. Choosing water over soda. Choosing the gym over the couch. Choosing focus over distraction. Choosing improvement over comfort. Small sacrifices compound. And compounded sacrifice builds greatness. Discipline and time. Time is the one thing no warrior can cheat. But the warrior can choose how it is used. Time does not care who you are. Time does not care where you started. Time only rewards the disciplined. Hours become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become strength. It is not magic. It is mathematics. There are two kinds of pain in life. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline's pain is sharp, short, and full of purpose. Regret's pain is heavy, long-lasting, and full of what-if. Warriors choose the pain that leads somewhere, not the pain that leads nowhere. Discipline when no one believes. Discipline is hardest when no one believes in you, when no one understands what you're building, when no one sees progress yet. But remember this, people only believe after the results appear. Warriors believe long before. Discipline is the evidence of belief, the quiet reward. The reward of discipline is not applause. The reward of discipline is not praise. The reward of discipline is transformation. One day the mirror changes. One day the mind sharpens. One day the body adapts. One day the old self is gone. Not because of luck, but because discipline never missed a day. Final words. If you are tired, keep going. If you are bored, keep going. If you are discouraged, keep going. Because discipline is not about how you feel. Discipline is about who you are becoming. Every choice you make shapes the warrior within you. Every sacrifice builds the foundation of your future. Every day you show up, you carve a stronger version of yourself from stone. Discipline is not just a habit, it is a destiny.
Beyond the beginning. Starting is easy. Beginnings feel exciting. Energy is high. Dreams feel fresh and close. But beginnings are only the first chapter. Discipline is not tested at the beginning. It is tested in the long war that follows. Because the longer the journey continues, the more obstacles appear. The middle of the journey. Most people quit in the middle. Not at the start and not at the end, but in the middle, where progress slows and doubt grows. The middle is where enthusiasm fades. The middle is where distractions appear. The middle is where comfort becomes tempting again. It is in the middle where discipline must rise. Because the middle decides mastery. Boring work builds endurance. Boring work builds results. Consistency over time is more powerful than intensity in short bursts. Warriors know cinched days when strength feels stuck, but time rewards those who refuse to stop, because discipline speaks the language of time. Discipline understands that days become weeks, weeks become months, and months build greatness. The discipline of rest. Discipline is not only the push, discipline is also knowing when to rest, not laziness. Rest, not avoidance, recovery. Rest is fuel. Rest is repair. Rest is part of the strategy. Undisciplined warriors swing until they break. Disciplined warriors train until their power grows. Recovery is not weakness. It is preparation for the next strike. Identity and discipline. Eventually, discipline becomes more than a choice. It becomes identity. When the warrior no longer asks, "Do I feel like training today?" but instead says, "I train because that is who I am." Identity is the strongest force in existence. Habits can be broken. Motivation can disappear. But identity survives storms. When discipline becomes identity, nothing can take it from you. Choosing the hard path. The hard path and the easy path are always in front of you. The easy path is smooth, pleasant, and crowded. The hard path is steep, lonely, and uncertain. But here is the truth. The easy path leads nowhere. The hard path leads to transformation. Warriors do not seek the path everyone walks. They seek the path that makes them evolve. Warriors want rewards that last. The seed planted today does not become a forest tomorrow, but with time and discipline, the forest becomes inevitable. The world cannot stop a disciplined warrior. It can only wait for the forest to appear. Because true discipline